Good evening, everybody. It's Sunday night, 9:30 p.m. It is the APAT Show. Of course, Leigh, we're medal hunting tonight.
We very much are. I've just shared it across. We're medal hunting and we're live.
Whoop,
yeah,
whoop.
First one of the year.
We're live.
Well, it's not just feels like the first one 2020. It feels like the first one for quite a while that we've
It's been a while.
Been able to been chasing some online medals. But yeah, we got 3 events up. With four events playing out in total. Let's not ignore the little £5 Sunday splash for those of you that decided to jump in that and play that one tonight. Yeah, we've got 3 other events, all with medals up for grabs, all with player of the year ranking point up for grabs. So yeah, that's what we've got on the go tonight. We've got No Limit Hold'em Championship, we've got a PLO Championship, and we have got a No Limit Hold'em Open event. PLO and No Limit Hold'em reg closed about 20 minutes ago. I'll run through the numbers on that. But if you do want to try and sneak in to the APAT Online Open Championship, you can give that a whirl if you want to. Let me bring up the table that's currently I've got going on that one. So there are how long have you got left? 6 minutes left if you want to get into that. It's £110 buy-in.
Let's go.
21 runners so far, 13 remaining. Top 3 are getting paid. It's a bag up top, Des. It's a bag up top.
Very nice.
Yeah. 1,050 for the winner at the moment, 630 for second, and 420 for third. So all the 3 medalists, because there's medals for this, will get paid as well, and it's an open event. So very much, if you consider yourself a pro, or somebody suggested you might be a pro, or actually you really are a pro, you can still play this. It's the one event where we do say, you can jump into this if you want to. It's a 110 buy-in. I know plenty of players have satellited in during the day into this as well, or used one of their tokens that they had from the added value with Grosvenor for the winter leaderboards. So yeah, lots up for grabs money wise with that, but decent prize pools in the other 2 as well. 1,800 in the prize pool for the No Limit Hold'em, nearly 1,400 in the prize pool for the PLO. So absolutely loads to play for. We're nearly down to 2 tables in the No Limit Hold'em. Let me run through the stats of what we've got so far. So the No Limit Hold'em Championship, 66 runners in that. We're down to 19. We're paying top 10 in that, and it's going to be £567 up top for the winner, who's going to pick up the gold medal for that one. The PLO, 50 runners in that. We're down to 13, so down to 2 tables in that one. We're paying top 8 in that. Winner's going to pick up £443 plus the APAT gold medal, and as I mentioned, paying top 3 in the Open Championship, still available if you want to get into. So I'm going to have tables up from all 3. We're going to try and flick between them all, give you an idea of what's going on, give some shout outs to those that are playing. But obviously, if you're playing tonight, if you're still in anything, hey, if you're still in all 3, get in the chat and get shout out. Let us know that you're still in all of them. But we'll try and keep an eye on some of the action. Very much when we get down to the final tables of them, we'll look to call the exits as they happen. I've just lost one of the tables. I'm just going to get another table back up on the PLO, and we'll be good. So yeah, but busy all week it's been, Des, isn't it? Really, I mean, lots going on in the world. I can't believe we're not going to talk about a certain meeting in Washington.
I think we might, Leigh. I think we might. Yeah. And I'm kind of disappointed that you didn't turn up in a suit for that particular discussion, Leigh. I have to say. I mean, what have you got a tie in your rack? I mean, what's going on there?
Yeah, it's appalling, isn't it? But hey, I've arranged all of this, Des, and I have not heard you say thank you once. Have you said thank you? I've not heard you say
I did thank you, Leigh. Way back in 2017, I said thanks. I mean, what you want me to keep saying it?
Yeah. Oh dear, what a week.
Leigh, it's where you didn't want peace. You just want to carry it on, don't you? This argument over thanks.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I think we'll come back to that maybe a little later on into the evening when we've sort of soothed our way in. And talking about soothing our way in, for anybody who's in the chat box at the moment, maybe watching the stream, they might have seen a link that I put into the Facebook group earlier on today, which was taken from, I think, 2022. It was an opening night of the WCOAP online APAT show with a rather young and less stressed looking Des and Leigh, just generally being happy. And I can't believe it. I mean, that was 2022. I found one from 2021 as well, and of course, the whole thing started back in early 2020. It feels like we've done a few of these medal event nights, Leigh, I have to say.
No idea how many actual shows we've
No. I mean,
we've now done. It's well in the hundreds.
Yes,
no,
would have to be.
But they're good fun, and it's always nice when we are playing for medals on a Sunday night. You say it's been a little bit of a while, but it's great that we're going to be doing that. And we've got 3 sets of medals to be giving away tonight, and looking forward to hopefully it'll be a nice mix of some APAT regs from years gone by, and maybe a few that are new to APAT and have not played online with us before. Obviously, we're still getting a grip of the names. I had a wonderful conversation with Carl Pilgrim the other day. He's Carl Grosvenor. He's like, but they've given me some weird screen name, and it's not. I'm sure I didn't ask for it. Can I get it changed? And it's like, yeah, leave it with me. We'll see what we can do. He's I have to get in contact with Grosvenor to get that sorted for him. But yeah, it's nice to see lots of people back. I saw Swim Dad playing earlier on. Steve Redfern.
Oh, is he back on? Because he had an issue getting on. I thought.
Yeah, no, he was in the PLO earlier on.
Good.
Unfortunately, bust now. But he had a reasonably decent run. Got sort of just over through half the field in that. But say lots of names that I recognise. Plenty that if you've been playing the winter leaderboard, you'll recognise. I can see Hardcore Womble is still in the No Limit Hold'em and is still in the Open. I'm pretty sure Karen won a 110 ticket with the added value from the winter leaderboard. So she may well be using that tonight to play the Open if she's not already used it before, because I mean that's the beauty with the
value, right?
All of the tickets that we deal with, whether it's the £5 ones, the £30 or the 110, they can be used for all of the online APAT events, but also they fit in with everything that's in Grosvenor's structure as well. So if you want to go and try and play one of the satellites for a GUKPT entry or a 2550 or something like that, you'll find all of our tickets fit into their schedule as well. So pretty much you can mix and match what you want to do. So there'll always be something to play for, which is why those satellites, the daily satellites, I've been popping them up on Facebook the last few days just to let you guys know what's out there to play. Hugely good value to play if they can get them up and running. There's some really good added value in there. There was a 5 times 110 ticket one tonight that didn't run. It didn't get enough runners to start with, and something you know what it's like. People have are late getting in. I said to you before we went live, Des, I looked at our tourneys at about 6 o'clock this evening. There's like one person registered, and I know back in the day with APAT that wouldn't be a thing because everyone registers in advance. People just don't do that anymore. It's just not. It just isn't a thing. So we don't even kind of have a sweat anymore of like, where is everybody? Because you know very well that when it comes to getting on and playing, people will turn it. But those satellites, keep an eye on them, because say the one tonight was a £5 entry with I think unlimited re-entry, but for 5 times 110, so £550 worth of added value, so guaranteed value in there. But it didn't even run. If these things get up and running, there's some super value in them. So you should and ignore Joe Gaynard, who was on the Facebook earlier on and calling everybody wet fish or slapping them in the face with a wet fish or whatever his message was. He was genuinely trying to get one started, because he saw that there was one he wanted to play it. And just didn't get the runners. So I mean, it's great that people are posting up about these things, because it's it's handy to know.
Leigh, I have the opening question of the night, and it's a challenge. It's a good question. One Mr. Wayne Parker, Mr. Nosy P. Hi guys, just to start a discussion off, with it being medal events, should they be freeze-outs? Oh, it's a good question, Leigh.
I mean, you tell us whether they should be freeze-outs. The reason I left it with the same structure that we had for the winter leaderboards, where basically it was one re-entry, simply the fact that these days we're only playing on a Sunday night. I think if we were playing like across the whole weekend or something like that, then and you had other things you could more events you could play, then maybe. But I think because this is just a Sunday night and it's going to be, we've got the second one in a couple of weeks' time, but it's pretty much going to be one a month or one every other month, every sort of 6 weeks, something like that, 6-8 weeks. I don't think one re-entry is an unreasonable option to give people a chance. I think, I mean, our main events now, we've got, it's, in our live structure is daily freeze out, so you can have more than one pop at the at a main event on any given event we've got. So I think it's just kind of rolling with the times. But ultimately, if the community pushes back and says, no, we think these should definitely all be freeze outs, then ultimately that's what we would do. I suppose it depends on how they're being perceived to have played out. I mean, if you take the No Limit Hold'em tonight, 57 entries, 9 re-entries. I mean, that's quite a low percentage. That's not anything massive. In the PLO, 40 entries with 10 re-entries. In the Open, 19 entries with 3 re-entries. It's not a case of everybody's piling in and playing crazy and busting, because you've got 2 hours of late reg in this as well. So I think one entry re-entry is okay, but it's not really my view. Ultimately, it's what the players think, because that's what we've always done in nearly 20 years with APAT is very much listen to what the players are saying, and we will work it based on what your feedback is.
Absolutely. As Leigh said, over to you guys, makes absolutely zero difference to us. We're happy to run the games however you would like us to do so. So maybe start a thread on it, Wayne. It could be interesting to hear what people think.
We're down to 2 tables in the No Limit Hold'em. Sorry, because it keeps on closing the one that I've got open.
Oh, does it?
Weirdly.
What's that about? Oh, you're just getting bad luck. You're getting the closed table.
I'm getting absolutely getting the closed table for whatever reason. I'm not sure why that is, but so we're just watching a hand there in the Terry Ball with the Queens. Gets a double up there through Nadiram in the Open event. So hopefully you'll be able to follow what we've got going on here. I've got the lobbies or a clip of the lobby for each of them below. So hopefully we'll be able to keep up to speed with what's going on. So yeah, we're down to 16 in the No Limit Hold'em now. We are down to 12 in the PLO, and we've got 12 left in the Open as well. So I would expect these to play out similar sort of times to the Winter Leaderboard games. Certainly the No Limit Hold'em one is identical to the £30 one. So I would expect this to be kind of a 11:30 sort of finish, between 11 and 11:30, and I'd expect the PLO and the Open. And when this does finish at 11 to 11:30, you can all message Kai and tell him he could have played these and still got up for work in the morning. Wouldn't have been a problem whatsoever. But I fully appreciate. Again, it's a good comment. Actually, I don't know whether you saw the comment in Facebook.
Yeah.
Really, it's a perfectly fair comment, because some people, I mean, Kai's a teacher. He's it has to be up early on a Monday morning, and so he can't take the risk. I fully appreciate that's the case. He doesn't want to be in a tournament where all of a sudden it's going on till 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 in the morning. So I can fully understand that. But hopefully, if we don't change anything structure wise, players will have a good idea for the 1 and 2 weeks time. What's going on?
We will all take the learning from tonight. Listen, in continuation of the theme that Wayne started, Mr. the Penguin Lassman, Mark, some of the medal events at Aspers had re-entries, stud, Hetros, multiple bullets in main event. Think the theme has already started. So I guess mainly, I think for a little while now, we've had what we would call a daily freeze out, right? So a player gets knocked out on day 1A.
I think we're going to change the wording on it. Actually, I think we're going to call it a flight freeze out, because there was some confusion, because we actually ran 2 flights on one day at Aspers last time round, and some players were going, well, so I've already played this one, so I can't play the later one because it's a daily freeze out, and it's like, well, no. But so I think we'll probably reword that just so there's no confusion. We seem to manage to confuse poker players quite easily, so we'll get that adjusted.
We will sort this out. So Wayne went on to say, I think I will be alone, But freeze out was the ethos of APAT. I can see when it's a league or one-off games, that's fine. But when it comes to medal games, from the very first game, it's been a freeze out. I think I will be alone on this, but I'm a bit of a dinosaur. Well, there's nothing wrong with having an opinion, and we respect all opinions. And I think the move that has been made has been kind of slight. Obviously, the poker market, at a point had multi-buys, multi-re-entries. Multi-re-entry is still very much a thing. We've tried to keep it to the absolute minimum, but to meet, as Leigh said, the needs from players that we were continually hearing about. We've traveled quite a way, and it would be nice to get a day 1B entry if I've traveled for the main and stuff like that. With regards to the some of the side events, I guess the same ethos came in at Aspers. Whether that will continue, I think, is a thing
the sides at Aspers was very much more around the fact that actually it's the type of events we're putting on as well. So if somebody's rocking up because they want to play an 8 game, and they've been desperate to want to play an 8 game, and they only probably get 4 chances a year to play an 8 game in the UK, it's us. And I think maybe I want to say maybe Stars now do one with the UK ICOAP, maybe.
They're quite rare.
UK ICOAP is us, actually, so it's not that. It's the UK IPT. So yeah, but they're pretty rare. So what we decided is, well, if you, it's quite hard to bust those early on. So if you do, does it matter if you're having a rebuy? So and generally the view we've had from the players that are playing a lot of those mixed games is they're comfortable with a re-entry. It's not like anyone's going in there and going, okay, I'm going to rip the hell out of
smash. I'm going to smash the table. Yeah,
out of limit Raz high low because it's crazy because I got a re-entry. You just can't do that. So the reality of it is it just it gives people a chance who really want to play it. Okay, if it all goes horribly wrong, they can have a re-entry in that one. That's So it's just trying to appease in the same way that that at Aspers, a number of our side events they weren't medal events, and therefore we offered players the opportunity to deal if they wanted to deal. One of the events they'd been playing quite most of the day, and I think they chopped it 7-handed, but it wasn't a medal event. It was still one of our side events, but we just took the view that it's understanding what players want. But obviously in our prestigious events, we're not going to facilitate anything like that. But it's just a reality of that's what it is. Unfortunately, these days, and I don't think it makes you a dinosaur, Wayne, because I'm much like you. I much prefer a freeze out where people can't keep firing.
Yeah, likewise, absolutely likewise. Yeah. Must be that Tom Brady then. That's who it must be. Tom and the people he talks to. Who does he talk to, Leigh? Who does he talk to in the community?
But it's you'd be amazed the discussions we have. I mean, certainly when we go to Aspers is a different Aspers is a different world at times. I think it's the way that the kind of the players are in there, and they're all they just want they want bigger prize pools. Well, obviously bigger prize pools don't make a lot of difference to us. We want to ensure that the quality of the tournament is our number one priority, and that therefore every player has a great experience, not just those that are sharing in the cash. That's the important thing to us, and that's always been my view on it. You kind of tend to know that those that are in the money have had a good weekend because they've won a bit of money. So normally that's kind of it. It's to me, it's always been about the people that don't cash and ensuring that they actually can go away going, do you know, I had a really good time. Yeah, I got some bad beats and sucked out here or whatever, but ultimately I can't complain about the experience that I had because it was a good poker experience, and that's the way I've always come from. In, as I say, what we nearly 20 years of doing this now, that's always been my number one priority, is that those players have had a good time. And because, as I say, if you're walking away with a medal and cash, that's kind of a bit of a bonus, isn't it? And people tend to you tend to find they're the ones that don't moan very much. The ones that are sharing in the sharp end of the prize pool. That's for sure.
Very true. Very true.
So we're down to 2 tables in the No Limit Hold'em, down to 11 in the PLO, and Reg closed in the Open. One more person snuck in there. I don't know who it was, but somebody else got a sneaky entry into that. But we're down to 10 in that, so not far off. Final table in that 8-handed. So we're 2 off the final table in that. PLO, yeah, everything's 8-handed tonight, so we're only 3 off the final table of the PLO. So we'll probably start by focusing in on those who've scored kings versus aces on that No Limit Hold'em table, and Copium's aces, who was the chip leader, up to 44 bigs now, and has gone back as chip leader. Yeah, it's gone back as chip leader now. Yeah, so say that's I didn't catch who they bust there. Let me see who it was. It was Tony J 4444 finished in 16th place. So we are 5 off the money in the No Limit Hold'em. We're on the money bubble in the PLO, and obviously 10 left in the Open, paying top 3. So a little bit of a way to go there. But £1,100 up top for that open event now. So 1,100, 660 and 440 are the top 3 prizes in that for the 3 medalists. So good luck. I can see Copium is playing in that as well, and so is Tony J 4444, who's they've just bust in the No Limit. In the No Limit. He's still in the Open as well. Hardcore Womble is still in the Open. Karen's still going there. Bjorn Heiderstrom is still in the Open. Our winter leaderboard winner, Dan Williams, who was on the show last week, he's still in that. Blue Nose 1875, who I should know who that is, but I can't think. But it is a name I recognise. Is still in the Open as well. And Bob Mouse is chip leader in the Open as Chippo 1 with Jack 4 is in a good spot against I Play Heads Up, and Chippo 1 is going to get a double up. Has only had about 3 bigs there, so a much needed double up as the players are clinging on here, trying to get into the money. Usual thing, just over kind of double your money for min cash in both the No Limit Hold'em and the PLO. It's 664 for the No Limit Hold'em and 62 for the PLO. So pretty much that's what you're looking at as a min cash, which is kind of is double your money. It's enough for a couple of entries in a couple of weeks' time, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's the way to look at it.
You bet.
As just on the Open Championship, we've just lost Tony Tony J 4444 just got bust by Terry Ball. So he's now bust both of the No Limit Hold'ems in the space of a few minutes. Unlucky to you, Tony J. Unfortunately, you are gone. And we are 5 to the hour. So everybody, quick look. So No Limit Hold'em Championship, they're all on a break. PLO, they're on a break. There you go. And the Open are on a break as well. We'll leave it on the Open with our chip leader, Bob Mouse. Yes, we've got 4 minutes to put the world to rights. Or if anybody's got any more questions in the chat before players come back, and we'll really start focusing in on the final tables, because we're only a few players away from hitting those numbers now, so we're not far off.
Leigh, I mean, it's inevitable we're going to talk about sport somewhere. I mean, try as we may not to, from occasion, we do so pretty much all of the time. Big weekend of FA Cup football.
How did your boys get on?
We didn't lose over the weekend, which was really nice.
Good.
We remained unbeaten.
Were you in the draw? Were you in the hat for the next round? You weren't in the draw? No.
Dumped out we were by those giants of the Southwest. Plymouth
who nearly
they gave Man City a game, didn't they? Fair play to them. And to be honestly, totally comfortable with that. Watched maybe the second half and the extra time in the pens in the United game today. What were your thoughts? United didn't make it on the back of the penalty shootout. Obviously, it's anybody's game at that point, but how did you find the game? Did your boys play a bit better or same stuff?
Awful. No,
awful.
Both teams were absolutely shocking. The first half was rubbish, and Fulham fluked a goal. I think probably it might have been their only shot on target in the first half, in kind of added on time, and we didn't even look in the second half, made a couple of changes, but didn't actually look like doing anything. Then actually scored a really, really good goal.
Fernandez goal, great finish.
And then I think pretty much kind of not dominated the game, but had the better side of the game, but just never really looked like being able to, had a number of chances, but never really looked like we were going to get it across the line. And the minute I saw it was Lindelof stepping up for the fourth penalty, I just thought this is all going to go tits up. It was glaringly obvious. To be fair, what I would say to the likes of Lindelof is, when you look at the 11 that were on the pitch at that point in time at the end of the game,
played much football to have been given that responsibility. Fair play to him for stepping up.
To be fair, that he just went because it could have easily been one of the young lads, even Chido Obi, who'd come on, actually had a couple of good chances. The youngster that we've got from Arsenal, as a striker, you go, well, just give him the pen. He's a striker, but Lindelof, obviously clearly went, don't want to put that pressure on a youngster. But what was weird about the game is we only put up 7 subs, 2 of which were goalkeepers. So the reality was that all of our substitutions, that was it. And there wasn't really much to choose, to do attacking wise. We pretty much had Garnacho to come on and Chido Obi to try and make something happen. That's it.
Yeah.
There wasn't anybody else, and I can't quite get my head around why. Because the under-18s played on Friday night in the FA Youth Cup, beat Arsenal at the Emirates 3-2. So surely a couple of them could have been stuck on the bench just to top up, give us a bit of some more fibre. Because actually Fulham weren't very good, so we had an opportunity there. We never should have lost that game, really, but we did, and it's done, and that's it. We all move on. But it's really weird what's going on. It doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me.
Hoyland's a really interesting one. So I didn't see him play in the game. Obviously, I know he played in the game, but I missed pretty much his time on the pitch. But somebody said somewhere he hasn't scored for 17 or 18. Seems remarkable. Seems remarkable.
But his chances, he probably this afternoon had one of the better chances I've seen him have for months. And it wasn't a brilliant opportunity, but he got ahead at the front post. He got ahead of the defender, so got the shot in, but couldn't quite get it on target. And I thought that's about the best opportunity I've seen him had in months. Yeah. He just hasn't been getting opportunities. To be honest, I feel for him. I really do, because he's only young and he's a talent. But he's in a side at the moment that doesn't create many opportunities, and therefore you're struggling. His actual kind of return rate on opportunities that he gets is pretty good. He just doesn't get enough.
Wow. And of course, United gone now, City in the last 8, Villa there as well. But outside of that, looks like the most open cup.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Isn't it great?
Fulham.
Wouldn't you love Bournemouth to do over City?
Yeah, I think then
in the next round,
completely
and
open.
then it is open. It'll be a great final. It'll be a great
Villa,
it'll be a couple of great semi-finals.
Bournemouth and maybe Forest, or I can't remember who Forest drew, but it could be a real chance.
Be absolutely awesome. Yeah. So players are back after the break. So we'll keep an eye on things. Back to the No Limit Hold'em Championship, and Chip 01 is all in. Got to get through two big stacks in the blinds. Copium being the first one in the small blind. Then it's Tony Ross in the big blind. Tony's 6th in chips. Copium's chip leader. Gets through Copium and gets it through. Shove for 6 blinds, bigs, and gets that one through. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. Say the one more game tomorrow night. But yeah, I think the FA Cup very much is people. Sometimes it comes back as it's died. It's not the same.
No, it's still great. Still great. I mean, it's maybe not what it was 20 years ago, but it's obvious simply that everything else has got so big as well. But the cup is still. It's still amazing to see Preston in that last 8.
I'm genuinely gutted, because I felt it was winnable. For whatever reason, we've not saying that I didn't think for one second Fulham couldn't come and beat us, because they're a better side than us at the moment. The league proves that. So it's not a case of like, they've hung on with it. But actually, they weren't very good today, so it felt like a bit of a missed opportunity. But it probably was no different than probably Arsenal thought when we went there in the third round and managed to get a win. And probably Arsenal were like thinking, how did that happen? So yeah, it swings around about to all of it, isn't it?
Absolutely. Mad FA Cup weekend aside, tonight, Leigh, and I'm super interested as Simon Lawler joins us in the chat box. Good evening to the Oracle. Super interested to see what happens with the Oscars tonight. So I guess 10:30. So I guess in 30 minutes or so, the thing starts. It's been shown live on ITV. It goes from 10:30 all the way through to, I guess, 3, 4 in the morning, whatever time it finishes.
That's an interesting one. So it's moved to ITV.
Yeah.
Is that because? Do you think that's because ITV have paid a chunk of money for the rights, or do you think it's just a case that actually nobody wants to pay money for the rights, so it's needed to find a home somewhere and get whatever it can get? Because TV's it's a funny old way at the moment. I was watching something on ITV the other day, and the entire ad breaks were just ITV advertising their stuff,
their own stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe they're making a bit of a play for movies.
Because advertising isn't as big a thing on TV anymore. Yeah. So I just wondered why Sky, because it used to be on Sky Movie Channel or whatever, didn't it?
Yeah, and it was on. Was it E for a while as well? So it's. I don't remember it being on terrestrial before. Simon is actually saying that it's on Netflix too. Hadn't realised that, but I've only got Netflix One. I can't afford to pay for Netflix too. Yeah, it's too much. I do agree with you. I mean, I've only got BBC and ITV myself.
Yeah,
but, I don't have any of those. Ones from the Sky.
Maybe that's the way ITV are going. I mean, they had the Brits on the other night, which I turned over for 10 minutes and just I had to look away. It was just
emotional for you.
It's just car crash TV. It really is. Jack Whitehall presenting is just absolute. I caught the bit where he interviewed. Maybe I turned over at the wrong time. He was interviewing Danny Dyer. It was probably a bad moment to flick over and watch a bit of live TV. But it's you want to feel old. Watch the Brits, and when they put up the nominations for each of the categories, just hope and pray that there's at least one you recognise.
I know, it's bad, isn't it? It's bad. It's bad. I feel really bad every time I tell my sort of kids, that's not music, that's not bloody music. I'm thinking to myself, hold on, I'm sure that's what my dad used to say to me back in the day. Oh,
exactly.
Meanwhile, Simon says, you're hilarious, Leigh Wilshire. I'm sure he's going for your Netflix 2 gag. He also goes on to comment, it was like that between the news and the Newcastle match. Ads for 5 minutes, but only ITVX plugs.
But I can only assume that must be because they're struggling to get any advertising revenue and people wanting to actually pay for advertising. So therefore, they're just filling with advertising for their ITVX or whatever they've got, streaming service or whatever that might be. Yeah, that feels to be the way it is.
They're in a battle, right? The world is moving towards streaming, so they have to do everything that they can do to cross-sell their customers into their own sort of online streaming service. I'm pretty sure that is the game there. Simon says, I'm getting old. All the acts seemed shit. And surprisingly, Bob says, you are getting old. So obviously, Bob Bullman, Mr. Bullman, right? Mouse Bob likes the music of today. Good man. It's brave.
Yeah. It wasn't so much that I didn't mind, because I'll listen to most, pretty much anything. I've got a fairly eclectic music taste, and so I'm not really bothered. Anything can come on. It's just more the fact that just like, who are you? Yeah, they did I caught the International Band of the Year. And the first 4 nominations, I was like, never even. And then it was Linkin Park, and I was like, okay, at least I know one of them. I mean, Copium's got aces. Crikey, as chip leader, is in a great spot, and we're going to lose Chippo 1, unfortunately, in 14th place, I think that was. So we're now just 3 off the money in the No Limit Hold'em, and they're on, where are they now? 11 left in the PLO paying top 8, so that's getting close. So we're all getting getting close to the money situation here now.
Simon says Fontaine, DC and Coldplay only ones. I'm not sure quite what he's saying there. I mean,
no. So Fontaine DC were
yeah.
one of the nominations for the international band of the year. I think they won it.
Oh,
Actually.
okay, on the Brits.
And I believe they won it last year as well, but I'd never heard of them. But again, I've been busy for the last few years, so but Coldplay. Obviously, I have somebody messaged me earlier on offering me, trying to sell me Coldplay tickets. Actually,
really, please get in touch. I'd be happy to go and see Coldplay.
A player from Aspers cousin was trying to sell four tickets. So
I'll have them. I'll have them. Bob says, no, I don't know any of them. So in a rare moment of lucidity, Bob has admitted that actually he's one of us.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that.
I like most genres of music as well, apart from the one titled New. And I go back to about 1998. Anything from that point onwards, probably new to me.
Copium is absolutely on fire here. A6 busts Skit Tech, who I'm assuming is Michael. I'm going to assume Skit Tech is Michael.
You think so?
Skit. I'm going to presume that is the case. But that's another one bust for Copium. I mean, someone want to tell Copium this is not a bounty hunter. He's not picking up any, or they're not picking up any extra prizes here. But what they are doing is they're putting themselves in a super strong chip position. Copium's got 73,000 chips now, which is double the second stack
62
at the moment. Who is Big Fish? So 62 bigs at this moment in time, with 12 remaining, and is foot to the floor at the moment. So playing very well, Copium. Good stuff indeed. So we're 2 off the money in the No Limit Hold'em. We are 3 off the money in the PLO, and we've got a little way to go in the Open Championship. But they're 1 off the final table, and it's paying top 3 in that. So that's going to get big. That's going to get quite interesting, because it's going to say decent, really good money up top for those top 3 positions in that one. So once we get down to final tables in this, we'll start properly focusing in. Got a hand over on the PLO. Let's see if we can get that up on the screen. And Ninja Keen 252 takes the win there and puts them up to 79. They're chip leader as well in the PLO, with more than, they've got 96,000, and the second chip stack in that one is Tristal Bust, is Tristan, who's got 37,000. So they've got a monster chip lead in the PLO. Ninja Keen 252. Don't know who Ninja Keen 252 is, so it's a new name.
No,
new name to me. Didn't see them playing the winter leaderboard.
Think JT Zimbo, who sat on that table as well there, Leigh, the wee robot, you think that might be Mark?
I think it's Mark. I'm pretty sure Mark had a similar name to that.
And John Murray to his right.
Yeah. So the Open Championship has reached its final table. So we'll get that locked in, and we can quickly run through who's on that.
So while you're locking that, Leigh, just heading back to the Stuart Pillinger is Ninja. Very good, Stuart. Thank you.
Amazing, brilliant, amazing awesome stuff. Good luck. Well, good luck, Stuart.
Yeah. So just happening back to the old Oscars, I didn't recognize many of those films, I have to say, Leigh. Some of them, yeah. But is there anybody out there who's got any thoughts on the Oscars? Who might win the Best Picture? Anything that you've seen that you'd recommend? Let us know in the chat. I'm going to watch a bit of it, Leigh, but whether I can, stay beyond 11:30, kind of is down to the presentation.
I said that with the Super Bowl, I won't stay beyond, and I ended up watching all of the Super Bowl the other week, actually, which is a rare.
Got through quarter one.
I don't think I do that very often. So the Oscars does go on for a little while, though, doesn't it? So, but anyway, we've got a final table of the Open. So this is only playing top 3, but yes, it was 22 runners in total. Total prize pool of £2,200. Paying top 3, 440, 660, and 1100 up top. So our chip leader on this table is Bugworld, 85. Who's got 57,000? Bob Mouse has got 47,000. Terry Ball has got 32. Karen Hardcore Womble has got 24. Nadiram has got 23. Copium's got 15,000. Blue Nose has got 11. And Button Dark has got pretty much starting stack of 10k. We lost Bjorn Hydrostrom in 9th, just missing out on the final table. Unlucky to you, Dan. So yeah, we are We are down to a final table there, and as that's happened, we're crikey, it's carnage in the PLO. We've gone from 11 to 6.
What? Really?
Yeah.
You just turned away.
I literally just turned away. Let me quickly load up the final table on that one, and I'll quickly fly over there and show you what's gone on there. So we're going to have some cashes to talk about. So let's quickly. Here we go. So PLO final table. It was 11. Literally seconds ago. So Rhubarb, Andrew Jones finished in 11th. Renot, Tony Ross finished in 10th. Blue Nose finished in 9th. So then they were all in the money. And so Lamorna Babe picked up £61.80 in 8th. Travmint, John Murray finished in 7th for £72. So these are our final 6. So Ninja Keen, Stuart has got 107,000 chips now, which is phenomenal. Tristor Bust is second in chips with 65,000. They are massive stacks, those two, because then everybody else is really so. Kawaii Sharks has got 25,000. My Cousin Moose has got 24,000. Kazara Companas has got 15,000, and JT Zimbo has got 13,000. So yes, Stuart and Tristan absolutely crushing it between the two of them. But Stuart really is the one that's doing that with 110,000, which is absolutely huge. How many bigs is that? 90 bigs. Des, we're 6-handed in this.
We're in good shape. We're in good shape with 90 bigs. Even I could get a medal with 90 bigs.
So just to confirm then, so top 3 are going to get medals in this. So the 6 remaining have locked up £86. Then it goes 106, 135, 185 for third, 283 for second, and £443 plus the gold medal for winning the PLO tonight. Nice. And we're on the money bubble in the No Limit Hold'em as well. So 1 to go, and we'll be in the money. Tristan is hanging on in that. He's 11 of 11. He's got 9,000 chips, which is about 7.5 big. So that's not super critical. But Copian, who's the chip leader there, has got 87 bigs, so he's in a really, really good place, similar to the way Stuart is on the PLO. So we're 1 off the money on that, and then that'll very quickly get down to a final tables. Then we'll have three final tables to chat through for the next hour or so. So that'll be the plan.
I might be completely wrong about this, but Blue Nose could be Tam McGuinness, who was playing with us 12 years ago, and has had a number of Blue Nose with numbers, names.
That's what I was going to say. I recognise the name from years gone by, but couldn't have said who it was.
Well, be Tam.
Yeah, quite possibly indeed. So that's playing 6-handed at the moment. So
Mark says, "Well, this will be a ladder." Quite right, Mark. But not beyond you, my man. Not beyond you.
So Mark is on the right hand side of your screen there. I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Oh,
so
he's confirmed. He's confirmed. Yeah. Yes, that is us.
Yeah. So it's got nine bigs. But to be fair, Mark's in a situation here where he's got 9. Kaz's got 13 bigs. My cousin Moses got 16. Kawaii Sharks has got 20. So he's not a million miles off those ones. It's the 2 stacks on the left hand side there. Ninja Keen, who's Stuart, and Tristor Bust is Tristan, who've just got absolute chunks compared to the rest of the table.
Leigh, bad news for Dwayne Porter. I think he's telling us here, bugger, 8th in the PLO. So I think he's just gone out. Could that be? Is Dwayne gone out 8th in the PLO?
In the PLO would make him Lamorna Babe for £61.80 in the PLO.
Colourful.
So well done, Dwayne, if that was you. But picked up, I'm in cash. So doubled.
We'll take that.
Doubled your money.
But you get closely. You want to, you get so close to a medal for your 5 spots from Bling. I don't know if you can see it, but in the background there, medals, all of them. Can you see them on screen? I don't know if you can, Leigh.
Not sure whether I can. No,
they're all back
there. But it's nice. And obviously it's nice to be back playing online where you can you can pick up some medals. So we've got. If you missed out tonight, then we're doing this all again in 2 weeks' time. So we'll have our next week. We'll have a Sunday Splash game playing, and I think we'll probably attach something to that. Haven't decided what yet, Des, but I think we might make the Sunday Splash next week, which is in the lobby already. It's only £5 entry. We might do something with that to add a bit of something into it, and then we can bring it into the show if we can get the runners for it. So
let's have some fun with it.
Yeah, well, we might add something into that for next week. So we'll let you know, and then we'll be doing exactly the same as we've done tonight in 2 weeks' time. Which will be the weekend
in 2 weeks' time, Leigh. Another medal weekend. What's the thinking?
So the normally what we try and do is we try and put an online medal weekend on after we've done a live event. So obviously just getting the first ones up and running this year means we've slightly delayed it. This was supposed to be last week, but we couldn't get it done last week, so we had to delay to now. And that 2 weeks' time is actually the weekend after the Irish event. Got it. Yeah. So that's pretty much the reason why. And if it's a case of we haven't got an event, if for any reason we haven't got an event in April happening, once Tom gets that all confirmed, we'll put an online event on there. But also we'll have another leaderboard up and running as well at some point. Yeah. So the Irish event is only 2 weeks away with the opening event of the St. Patrick's weekend at the Green Isle Hotel. They have got a ridiculous main event on there. You can win some seats into that with poker raffles tomorrow night if you so wish to do so. It is a €100 guarantee for €100 entry. So which is just nuts. Absolutely nuts. As Tristal Bust and Kazza are all in, and Tristal Bust isn't Bust, but Kazza is. Kazabus in sixth place. Unfortunately, that's another ladder for Mark. He's got 6 bigs left now. Yes, so it's a huge tournament. We're the opening event of that, which is €150 buy-in at the Green Isle. We've got a 30,000 guarantee on our event, which has got 3 day ones across 2 days in total. But then, if you're there for the weekend, and of course it's St. Patrick's weekend as well. So, is there a better place to be than Dublin for St. Patrick's? Probably not.
Good spot.
So and with some really sensible buy-in poker. So our event, our Irish Open Championship is €150. Their main event is €100. Green Isle Hotel is a fantastic spot to play some poker, and you can get into that with poker raffles if you want to. I think there's still some tickets left for that one tomorrow night. As we've got another all-in and a call. It's a Ninja Keen this time with my cousin Mose, and that's another one bust. And we're on the medal bubble.
No good.
These now Mark has been in this situation in a live experience before, where he was 4th of 4 and ended up picking up a silver medal. Do you remember that, Des? I'm not sure whether it was in London about 2 years ago, maybe. And
I do remember.
And Mark went from.
I do remember it. Was there there was just one hand, wasn't there, that knocked knocked 2 people out, right?
And Mark just sat there smugly smiling as he was expecting to bust in 4th. Here we go, 4th again from Mark. Expecting to bust in 4th and ended up finishing in silver medal position. So
I do remember that well.
And I think the hand for hand has just gone in the No Limit Hold'em bet games. Pocket sixes held out against the ace 9 of Terry Ball. So Tristan's hung on there, and they're all in the money now. Bob Mouse picked up min cash, so does Terry Ball, but they've now got a final table as well. So whilst we're seeing, are we missing anything here? Let's see whether Mark's going to go all in here first. And if he doesn't, I'll flick over to the No Limit Hold'em and give you a quick rundown of the runners and riders on that final table. They're going to put Mark in for all of his chips if he's going to do it. Tristan and Stuart. No, Mark gets out the way. So, just because this is the 2 big. Actually, potentially, if Tristan doesn't win this one, he might. He's going to fold. So actually, Ninja Keen, Stuart really adds to his stack there. So let me quickly fly over to the Lone Limit Hold'em. final table. So here we go. So Copium is chip leader with 85,000. Bet Games got 75,000. Curious George has got 47,000. Big Fish has 32,000. Sun Agro has got 27,000. Icy Madness has got 26,000. Tasty Treats has got 25,000. And our short stack is Trist or Bust, is Tristan with 12,000. But 2 final tables for Tristan tonight. So very well done to you on making 2 final tables. I don't think anybody else has that I can see. Oh, Copium's still in the is still in the Open as well. So Copium is chip leader in this and is still in the is 5th of 7 in the Open as well. So yeah. So Curious George all in and gets called by Copium, and Curious George shows the 9-7 for the rivered flush, and Copium's just given away a chunk of chips to Curious George. Curious George was 3rd in chips and has now gone chip leader. Pretty much just swap places with Copium there, Des.
Wowzers.
Full double up for Curious George. Copium was a non-believer, and unfortunately, yeah, Curious George had hit on the river. So still 4-handed on the PLO. And Mark is in the big blind with 2.5 bigs behind. So Tristan's got 23 bigs. Ninja Keen's got nearly 100. And Kawaii Sharks, 30 bigs. And just watching the Open, this marker is going to be all in. It's been called by Tristan.
Oh, here we go.
And Ninja. So I think they're going to check this down, which they look like they're going to do.
Copium just to be interesting, not to be.
Yeah, Copium just took a massive hit in the Open game and doubled up Blue Nose, so he's down to 2 bigs in that. Mark wins.
He's got threes. Wow.
He's got the threes are good for Mark.
Wow.
And he lives to fight another day.
Nails.
Yeah, it was down to three bigs there at before that hand, and is now up to 10. Which is now so it's 10 for Mark, 20 for Tris, 30 for Kawaii Sharks, and 95 for Ninja Keen for Stuart. So yeah, it's still Mark's all to play for in this. Looking to battle his way to get to medal positions. And they've locked up now £136 for 4th place money in the PLO, which is not bad for.
Yeah, Bob's in pain though, Leigh. Bob is in pain. That was a big arg
in the Open. Just bust in 7th place in the Open. I didn't see the hand, but
there goes the big money.
Just bust, unfortunately. And we're down to 6. Yeah, I didn't see the hand, but there's 2 pretty short. I mean, Copium's got 6, like 1.5 bigs. Nadirum's got 7 bigs as well. So yeah, we're getting close to. It's going to be between the top 4 probably. There, I would have thought. We'll head back over there in a minute. Actually, Copium's all in. Let's go over there now because there's been a call. Terry Ball's made the call, and I'm going to guess Blue Nose might do the same as well. So Copium's all in under the gun. Terry Ball's made a call from the button, and Blue Nose has made up the big blind. So they're both going to check this down. I'm going to guess they're going to check this all the way down. They are. And Queens. Pocket Queens for Copium is good enough. And lives to fight another day. Yeah. Find a hand when needed. I probably would have liked to have more than sort of 1.5 bigs in the middle when you're getting it all in with your queens. Nadirum is all in. It's been called by Terry Ball. King Queen versus Ace Jack. It's the King Queen at risk. And it's not going to be any good for Nadirum. And we're going to lose Nadirum in 6th place, which means we're getting closer to that big money. Top 3 places are paid in this Open Championship event. So we've got 5 remaining now, with one super short stack who may well just shove here. Yeah, Copium does shove here and is bound to get called by Bugworld. Does. It's 6-5 versus pocket 5s. Needs to hit a 6. Or actually, a 9 on the river would have actually counterfeited with the 2 pairs on the board, and the 6 would have played. But unfortunately, we lose Copium. So we're now on the money bubble in the Open Championship, money bubble and medal bubble. So just to confirm here, top 3 prizes, they're all going to pick up APAT medals, bronze, silver or gold. Third place money is £440. It's 660 for second place money, and it's 1,100 up top. Bag and a bit. There's a bag and a bit. Hardcore Womble has got 18,000 chips. Blue Nose has got 25,000. Bugworld has got 85,000, and Terry Ball has 92. All to play for. But as I say, even so, Karen as the short stack there has still got 10, 11 bigs. So yeah, very much still in the game. Wouldn't that be great use of? I'm pretty sure it'll have been a free ticket that she'll have used. She's all in.
Oh, it's a good story if it works out, Leigh. Love those stories.
So could well be. I'm pretty certain it was a 110 that she will have used. Still 4-handed in the PLO, and we're still 8-handed in the No Limit Hold'em. So we're across everything tonight. If we see anything going on, we'll try and jump to it so you can see the action.
I'll tell you what I was across, Leigh, last night with my 2 little ones. A film on crikey, Apple, I think.
I'm gonna have to cut you off because Mark is going to be all in the PLO. I'm being called by Stuart.
Oh, here we go.
Jacks are looking good, and Jacks are going to be good for Mark. And so he dropped back down to sort of 5 bigs, so he's got to double back up again to 10, and lives to fight another day.
Definitely fingertips. Apple TV, Leigh, The Gorge.
Okay, yeah, seen a trailer for it. Haven't watched it yet, but I've seen a trailer for it.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Good. Definitely go and get it watched. Kids loved it. Bit of action adventure, bit of romance, bit of horror might be too far to say the word horror, but yeah, fun. It was fun.
Excellent. No, I have seen it on there. It's on the list to watch at some point. That's for sure. Foolishly sat and watched Borderlands last week.
I've heard of it. I haven't taken the journey yet.
Paul went to watch it with one of his lads in the cinema and slated it, and but I paid no attention to that and still sat through it. Well, it's one of those where it was on in the background and I was busy doing work.
That can only mean that Jen was watching it, Leigh. It doesn't be on in the background for any other reason, right? Did she enjoy it? Did Jen enjoy it? Jen
wasn't watching it.
Is it a terrestrial TV thing or?
No, it was on. It must have been on Prime or something. So
okay.
No. Jen was away last week. So. No, Home Alone. Home Alone with two labs.
That's
last
very
week.
Scary. Broken into.
Still recovering from the cold that I picked up from Mr. Brady in London. I had Tom coughing the one side of me, Tristan coughing the other side, and
And you invited me into all of that mix on a Sunday.
And 2 weeks later, I'm still recovering from from it. Oh, we're all in on the PLO. And quad 4s for Ninja Keen is going to do for Tristan. And Mark has made the medals.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Mark has made the medals. Unfortunately, Tristan, you departs in 4th place, picking up £136, but has missed out on the medal hit. And we know Tris will be gutted.
Yeah, he likes those medals. He likes those medals.
He will be
good effort,
gutted
Tris.
About that. But quad 4s for Ninja Keen. Very well played, Stuart. In a very good spot now. Stuart's got more than twice the chips of the other two put together, and 3-handed. Meanwhile, over in the on the Open, and Blue Nose is all in. and has got that one through. This is getting super tight here. So Bugworld has got 60 bigs. Terry Ball's got 55. Then Karen's got 9 bigs, and Blue Nose has got 14. So, and we're on the money bubble here, money and medal bubble.
Ouch.
So it's super, super close.
Yeah, Bob's recovered enough. Bob Bullman's recovered enough to tell us that he got turned over with his aces by Terry's ace king. Ooh, it happens.
I mean, you can if you run aces into another pair and they happen to hit, it's a 1 in 5. It always feels when it's aces against an ace king or an ace queen. It's really
a bit of a long shot.
Nasty.
You got to hit a couple of them to get there, haven't you?
Yeah, it's nasty. Yeah, not a good one at all. But we're going to see how this to say. We'll keep an eye on this open for a minute because actually we just lost Mark in bronze medal position in the PLO, so we're heads up now. Ninja Keen versus Kauai Sharks. So Mark picked up £185 for his efforts, and they're all in already on the PLO. Let me quickly get over there.
Let's have a look.
And it's all done with the two pair. 4-3 2 pair for Ninja Keen. Stuart takes down the win, picks up the first online gold medal of the year.
Play, Stuart.
Congratulations to you. So just to confirm, Ninja Keen 252 takes down the win in the PLO, picks up the gold medal, and £443 for your trouble. Kauai Sharks finished in second place, picks up £283, and Mark Lasman, JT Zimbo, £185 for bronze medal. That is the PLO done and dusted. I'm going to shoot back over to the Open because we're 4 left on that. We're still 7-handed on the No Limit Hold'em, so we'll focus on the Open for a minute, especially as we've got two short stacks here that are clinging on. One of them's going to pick up a medal and some money, and the other, unfortunately, isn't even going to get their bus fare home tonight, which is pretty tough. But at the moment, it's very much looking like it's going to be between Blue Nose and Hardcore Womble as to who's going to miss out. Karen is all in this hand, but gets that one through. That does feel like the only way to play this with these other 2 stacks that have got sort of 56, 60 bigs.
9 bigs.
Yeah, basically, because even if you make the shove, to be honest, your chances are either of them could call you off reasonably light because it locks them up some money. So they're not, they're probably not, they're not going to, they're not going to want to double somebody up too easy. But I also think their probably range is a little bit wider. So you've got to just pick your moments here and get this in. If there isn't a raise here from Terry, which said the obvious thing here would be for Terry to raise into the 2 short stacks on the blinds because he should just hoover that up every time. So it's a nice spot to do that. Terry's in a good position here actually for that.
If Terry doesn't act, Karen, I guess, has a chance to get her chips in ahead of.
Yeah, Bugwell gets the walk. Neither of them seem to want to shove into the other 2. So I suppose you could just sit there and hope that these 2 big stacks go at it. But it'd be pretty foolish with the sort of numbers we're talking about here to want to risk doing that. And there's 4.5 bigs in the middle on this pot, but they're just checking it down, and the Queen of Spades plays for Bugworld. So it's Karen in the big blind, little raise from Bugworld. Karen's going to let that one go. So what we should see here now, if Bugworld folds, I would imagine Terry should raise. There we go. You don't even need to see the cards. It's just it's just the obvious spot it's the obvious spot to do it. Just basically you apply the pressure on these 2 short stacks. They're down to six bigs each now, and the other 2 have got 61 bigs. Karen's all in.
Yeah, I think she's doing what she needs to.
Is Bugworld going to give this a go for a 10th of their stack? No, they're not. So good move from Karen there. Let's see whether Blue Nose can find
Such a
shove this
it's
time.
such a tough spot for him, isn't it? Because he's got two biggies
Blue Nose
behind
does
him.
it. So, and Terry's woken up with sevens, 8-6 versus sevens. Seven on the flop.
Seven.
I think is going to do for Blue Nose. It is, unfortunately, we're going to lose Blue Nose 1875 in fourth place, which means we have our 3 medalists in the online Open Championship, and that is big Bug World, who's got 98,000 at the moment. Terry Ball has got 109,000, and Hardcore Womble scrapes in there with 13,000. Well done to you, Karen. You have got yourself a medal and you've got yourself some money, locked up £440. But then it goes 660 for second and 1,100 for the winner. So, yeah, I think Karen is probably now going to get your chips in and see if you can start getting a couple of double ups, try and get back in the game and try and do something here. Here's the first go at it. Well, gets that one through. So super pleased for Karen, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be from the added value from the winter leaderboards. So it's turned a £110 added value seat into £440 of cash and a bronze medal. Beautiful. At the moment. But
minimum bronze,
but that's minimum. Yeah, that is very much minimum. Not out of this by any stretch. Raise from Terry. Is Karen going to find a call? No. We'll wait for another moment. Still 7-handed in the No Limit Hold'em.
I think the great thing for Karen here is we've nothing to lose at this point. Right? We're not favoured to silver or gold here.
But what's really interesting, she's made a number of we made a number of shoves here now with sort of 5, 6, 7 bigs, and the other 2 aren't call. I mean, Terry's call against Blue Nose. Well, we had pocket 7.
Oh, here we go. So we're live and we're ahead.
That's the flop to hit.
Wow.
That is the flop to hit for Karen. Gets a double up to 17.5 bigs now. Very much back in the game here. I mean, you like the live. Say you in that situation, you just want any 2 live cards. You understand
nothing to lose.
Making the call with
here we go again,
and it goes King Jack against Ace 8.
Oh, we're live again.
We're going to need to hit on the river though, and we're going to miss on the river. Unlucky for you, Karen. Hardcore Womble finishes in 3rd place, picking up £440 and the APAT bronze medal. And we have our heads up players in the Open Championship tonight. Bug World with 126,000 chips against Terry Ball with 93,000. Good luck to both players. Decent jump in money here. So they're guaranteed £660, but obviously it's 1,100 up top for the winner. So playing for £440 here now between first and second, which is a significant chunk of money,
isn't it?
Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Really pleased with the numbers for the first time we've done an open event. £110 is a bit more than we normally would do for an online event, but I think the fact that we've got 22 runners for it tonight, and it was kind of shortish notice as well. You can satellite in. You can basically win £110 tickets on Grosvenor every single day of the week, about 4 or 5 times a day, and they put guarantees on these, and they're normally £5 satellites into £110 tickets. So, as I say, we've got another ones of these medal hunting Sundays in 2 weeks' time. So you've got 2 weeks to, if you've got some time to, play a few of the satellites, try and win yourself a ticket or two.
Get in,
the tickets are valid for a long time, and you can use them for all the Grosvenor satellite stuff as well. So if you want to play into something a bit bigger with them, live wise as well as the APAT stuff. So loads to choose from with that. So well worth playing those satellites if you've got a quiet evening during the week maybe, and you go, well, I'll have a go, see if I can spin up a couple of tickets. You can. They do £1 tickets into the £5 ones as well, so you can literally go from £1 and just try and spin it up. So £1 into 5, then 5 into 30, or you can do 5 into 110s, and hopefully coming soon we'll also have some 30s into APAT live 140s. So you'll be able to basically start kind of stockpiling £140 tickets for any World Championship events might have in August. So you'll be able to do that and do those on a reasonably regular basis as well. So, but obviously you need to be playing the satellites, during the week to do that. You can do it on a Sunday. I mean, there is enough time. They start about 4:00 on the Sunday. So to be honest, again, it feels a good sort of time because you can go, well, okay, I want to play on the Sunday night at 7 or 8:00. So, okay, if I put a couple of hours worth in earlier on in the evening, I can maybe build up a few tickets. No bother. And of course, if you're fortunate enough to get some of the added value through the leaderboards, then even better. As that is the way to go about spinning up some added value. That is for sure.
Look at that, Leigh. Bronze medal.
Are you showing off your medals?
That I haven't won any medals, Leigh, but I am the proud possessor of a gold, silver, and bronze. So Karen's walked away with that one tonight. Look at how thick it is, Leigh. It's magnificent, is it not?
It's that one. That's the one she's having, is it?
It's exactly this one, Leigh. Exactly this one. Yeah. I'm going to put this in the post. There's no box on that one, I'm afraid. Sorry about that, Karen. It's a bit secondhand, but it's all right.
Well, Bugworld is taking a huge chip lead here now. Got 85 bigs against Terry's 25. So has got over a 3-1 chip lead here. Let's see if Bugworld can see this through to its conclusion and get it done and be picking up a gold.
Look at that.
Gold medal tonight. As is always the way with APAT online medals, you can just go on to, I think it's apat.com/medals, I want to say, or there's a medal request in the menu. You'll find it anyway. And you can just pop in your details there, confirming your address details, or if you want to collect it at an upcoming live event, just let us know which live event you want to collect at. If you want the whole photo thing, shaking Tom's hand, all that kind of, if that's the sort of thing you want and you want to pose with your medal live, we can do that. We can do that for you.
We can organise significant media exposure for you.
Yeah, but alternatively, we can just pop it in the post for you as well if you prefer that. So
it's very heavy, though. You're going to have a very unhappy postman, right? So he's going to have to lift that thing on his back. Karen's in the chat box, Leigh. Thanks for the seat, guys. Not at all, Karen. You won it. No luck, but happy with a third. Didn't dare log in whilst on the bubble. I think that's fair enough. I think that's fair enough. Triss is out there as well. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Leigh.
I was just going to say to Karen, is don't thank us for the seat.
You won it.
You won the seat by playing the leaderboard and smashed that, and you've gone and used it and put it to good use and picked up 440. So I wouldn't say no luck. I would say £440 worth of of luck.
Very nice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very nice. And where will we put that 440 into? I mean, who knows where this journey might end for Karen. Triss says, well played, Karen. And he also goes on to say, enjoyed tonight. However, I think my inexperience told in the PLO in the end, but a small profit on the note. So all is good. Nice to hear positivity, Triss, and well played.
But again, with things like PLO, I always say, the mixed games, APAT's a great spot to play because you're playing against some people that might be learning as well, but you're also playing against people that have been playing the game for a long time. But a kind of APAT players. It's always a good spot to improve the game and learn the game, because you're just amongst people that normally know what they're doing, and it's not feeling like you're in the Shark Tank.
Oh, Leigh. Chris Dobson is out there and he says, thanks for the info. I managed to get a bronze last year, but didn't know how to get it sent to me. I kind of wondered where this one came from, Leigh. This was a spare one we had in the room. Maybe this is Chris's. And now we're going to have to send it to Karen.
Right. Well, Chris, we will have to get that. We will have to get that sorted.
Definitely have to get that sorted.
I feel terrible if that's the case. I'm just going to check what the URL is now, so I've got it. I've make sure I've got it right for you. Yeah, you can go to or Chris, just drop me a message and give me your address. Just drop me a message on Facebook or whatever, and I will get that. I can get that sorted for you, and we will get that done. No problem whatsoever.
Do we still have that thing, Leigh, where if the medal hasn't been claimed by 30 days, we sell that sucker on eBay?
I've still got two.
That was covering all the hotel rooms, wasn't it?
I still got two WCOAP bracelets from lockdown.
I can't believe it. Cannot believe it.
Which one has been to Kazakhstan twice
and back. Yeah.
I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, because they won't accept it. So we gave up in the end. They're sat on my shelf over there. Just unfortunately, yeah.
Outrageous. I have to say
That was a crazy time where we were sending
to everywhere in the world.
Online braces went everywhere. I mean, I kid you not.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Canada got one. I think Brazil. Did we send one to Brazil?
Yeah,
I'm sure we sent one to
definitely,
Brazil.
Definitely.
Yeah, Georgia had a couple. Kazakhstan had a couple. It was
great.
ridiculous.
Great days. Great days.
Ridiculous.
Karen says, Leigh, she says, you organise the added value from Grosvenor and run all these shows, plus remind us endlessly on Facebook what day of the week it is.
I think that's
a good point, Leigh.
Oh, it's all over.
Good point, well made.
It's all over.
Really?
Pocket
Threes?
Pocket threes of Bug World.
Wow.
Yeah, gets it in. And I thought Terry had an ace as well. So it might. I don't think it might not have all gone in on the pre, but it certainly was all done on the flop.
Wow.
Well, congratulations to Bug World 85 picks up the gold medal for the Open Championship and £1,100. How about that for an evening's work? Congratulations to you.
Nice.
Terry Ball, 1956, finishes in second place, picking up the silver medal and £660. And as we mentioned, Karen, who was hardcore Womble, £440 and the bronze medal. Congratulations to you. 2 down, Des.
Amazing.
Just one to go. And it's the one which I kind of said I had a feeling we'll probably finish between 11 and half 11. So that's probably where we're going to be. With it. Interesting from a timing point of view. We'll have a look at this because I possibly think the PLO, maybe we can add a bit more play to it. Possibly. I think from a timing point of view. So we'll maybe have a look at that for 2 weeks' time, just to maybe give it a little bit more play, and possibly again the same for the Open. Although I'm very wary that the Open with 22 runners, because the buy-in's a bit bigger, I would expect it to run a little bit short. It did. That's why I started it half an hour later. But I suppose it's run. For 3 hours. So I suppose there's an argument that it's it's run for 3 hours and 20 minutes on a Sunday night. So we might try to do something there just to add a little bit more play in it as well. But we'll have a look at those for 2 weeks' time, because we're all about improving. And as much as we can always, we've got a kind of a set structure that we know works, but every online site runs a little bit differently and timings run a little bit differently. So until you actually run these things, it's tough to know. Luckily, the guys at Grosvenor are pretty good, because I can tend to give them I'd like it to run for 4 hours, please. And they'll come up with a structure that they think will work. They've got a lot of them in their library from previous things that they've done. So we find something that works. But we're down to 6 in the No Limit Hold'em. So Copium is still our chip leader with 82,000. Bet Game's got 73,000. Big Fish has got 52. ICM Madness has got 50,000. Tasty Treats has got 39. And Curious George has got 34. These guys now have all locked up £98.40. Medals for the top 3. Third place is going to pick up £228. Second place will pick up £358, and the winner is going to pick up £568 for their efforts this evening. Awesome. Which is going to be about. It's going to be about 4.5 hours worth of play. Well,
for £30 buy-in, brilliant.
560 quid for a £30 buy-in on a Sunday night. Sounds like a pretty decent return on investment, if you ask me. That is for sure. And I know I did laughing at Karen's comment about reminding us on what day of the week it is, but we always have this balance between wanting to inform people, because we know people have got busy lives and other things going on, and people genuinely, the amount of people that say after we put an event, I forgot about that, or I didn't realize, never knew. So sometimes but we always care, because the last thing we want to do is feel like we're just constantly in people's faces with it. So we try and keep it to no more than maybe 2 emails a week if there's an event going on. Sometimes we might not email you for weeks, because there's nothing, there's nothing to update you on. But again, it's on Facebook and Twitter. It's trying to keep the balance right. Don't want to be constantly in people's faces. And we're very wary that.
Oh, here we go to race.
Ace King against the Jacks, and also the clubs are out there. Well, that's as good as it's going to get for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats through Copium.
2 clubs.
2 clubs. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a double up for Tasty Treats, I think. And it's a dou who was our chip leader, but that's how tight it is, really. Tasty Treats goes from 6 of 6 to third, and Copium goes from chip leader to fourth, all in one hand, which is pretty much a flip. Yeah, so we're very wary that we're wearing multiple hats these days with the things that we do for raffles as well, and these kind of things. So it's always trying to keep a balance of what we do. And I know I can see Karen in the chat. I'm not complaining. No, I know you're not complaining at all. I always think it's worth explaining to people what, sometimes why we do what we do. There is kind of method to our madness at times, and we're very wary to say with everything going on these days. I always want to keep people up to date on what's going on with poker raffles, because obviously that's like a Monday deadline to let people know if they want to get involved in anything. I think the APAT draw for tomorrow night might already be.
It looks like it was selling out, Lee.
Can you remember how many it had left?
It had 20 this morning, and I would be amazed if that's still in circulation.
Let's see whether it's still live on the site. No, it's gone. Sold out. So I'll put a new one on for next week. So that one's already sold out. So actually, whilst I'm just talking raffles, so the APAT draw for tomorrow night, that's sold out. If you want to get involved in the Hendon Mob Championship in Nottingham in a few weeks' time, you can still get tickets for that for tomorrow night. We'll be picking a winner tomorrow night. Whatever, over half the tickets are gone in that. But if you want to get involved in that, it's a £100,000 guaranteed main event at Dusk Till Dawn. And we've also got, we mentioned the St. Patrick's weekend where APAT are at the Green Isle. You can also get tickets for that. That's over half sold out for those two. That's a double draw, by the way. It's a Dublin double draw, just to confuse you tomorrow night, Des. So we're going to pick two winners for that from that one draw. And then we've also still got Irish Poker Open main event seat. That's our first Malta event for the year. APAT will be out in Malta this spring with Yvonne and the team for the APAT event out there. But we've also got a Malta Poker Festival grand event seat plus £500 cash up for there. There's that Vegas thing, which we may have spoken about. Over a third of all the tickets have gone for that already, and we're not drawing it for another 5 weeks, I think, something like that. So
lots to look forward to there.
Long way to go, but I would say with that Vegas trip is if you had plans or whatever to want to get involved in it, then don't leave it too late to get involved, because I've got a funny feeling as it gets closer to the date, then it's going to start going a little bit crazy with people buying up tickets for that.
I think it will.
A £1 ticket could win you a trip to Vegas and paying in the main event at the World Series. Just ridiculous.
Will be very, very nice. Scouse is out there. One Mr. Steve Bailiff. Hey all, thought would log in after playing the game on my phone. That's brave, but fair play. I had a nightmare trying to multi-table, but did okay after left one table. What's your GP username, Steve? Let us know. We'll keep an eye out for you. I don't know Steve's username. I assume you don't, Lee?
No, I don't.
It's definitely not Blue Nose. We know that.
Right,
we can be very, very clear on that one. Blue Nose, it's not.
It's definitely not going to be Blue Nose. Yeah. No, I'd be absolutely unless he's Bluffy Rabbit.
I doubt he's Bluffy Rabbit. I really do doubt he's Bluffy Rabbit.
Yeah,
mind you, he's been to Turkey recently. Maybe.
Nice to see Steve up in Nottingham the other week. It was good to catch up. The players on a break. 5 to the hour. Just to confirm, we are down to 6. Yeah,
here you go. I actually don't know, mate. It's off now, but it was the winner, so he's obviously won the tourney. He's won the tourney.
Unless he was Bug World 85, that would make sense. 85. Ooh, don't know. Yeah, Bug something, I think. Yeah, so he is Bug World 85. Yeah,
strange one.
So, okay, so we'll be sending a gold medal to Steve. Congratulations, then. Well done to you, Steve.
I remember beating Roma in 84. 85 wasn't a particularly memorable one. I do seem to recall. Given that I wonder whether some of
these are just generic, because this is the problem Carl had. Was he got switched over when I think Grosvenor networks a while ago, and it just randomly
he was awarded a name, was he?
Yeah. He randomly was created. I'll have to find out what he was.
That might make sense.
I'll have to find out what the Carl got given. It was quite funny. He's like, that's not me.
Yeah. Sai says, well done, Steve. And indeed, well done, Steve. Another medal to the collection, of which Steve has many. Karen says, nice win, well played.
Yeah.
Good game. Ha. Up the Reds.
Carl's name that he got given was Badger Giant 554.
Oh, lovely. I bet he likes that. Badger Giant Badger.
Yeah.
Dear, dear.
So, yeah. Which sounds great, because that would imagine that you're permanently getting sets if you're a Badger. Yeah.
No, you're permanently getting trapped, Leigh. Let's
getting cold. Yeah,
you're definitely getting cold. It's winter. I'm getting cold.
Yeah.
Howie Dram. Sai says should keep it. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Steve says, give me a random username. That's how much of a nightmare I had with it.
Yeah, there you go. That
password.
Seems to be a standard. I thought mine was a random username, but I think I actually did choose this. So,
definitely keep it,
because I'm not my normal. The trouble is if you're obviously a lot of these sites play on networks, whether it's iPoker Network or Micro Gaming or whatever, and so many different skins and companies have got because they're all sharing the same player liquidity. Yeah. So basically, you can't keep using the same username. And of course, if you've used it once on iPoker, they don't do a reset. So you basically, once you've got that one once, you're then doing any derivation you can of it, and it gets to the point where you just give up in the end. So
yeah.
Which is why I think on our previous online platform, I think my name was
great. Real name.
Chippercruel, but in Welsh, I think, on somewhere.
Do you remember that? On yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, the party times were good, Leigh, with the real names. Really quite liked that. It was just a win-win on a lot of levels, certainly for us.
It made life so much easier.
And
I'll be honest with you, I've never really understood the online alias thing with poker, because surely it should just be, well, this is who the person is. I've never really understood the need to it's supposed to be, they say, to protect players, but I think it probably does more damage than it does good. But
I do remember in some cases way back then, Leigh, it didn't make any difference for some players. We were constantly saying, who is this Hugh Kearney guy? Who's this Hugh Kearney?
Because now all anyone's worried about is whether anybody's got a solver open alongside what they're doing online, and they're stupid enough to be live streaming. I mean, so you can safely know, if you're playing against me, I won't be using a solver, because I wouldn't have a clue what to do with one. So
can't be arsed on playing cards.
Yeah, exactly. That's all about gut feeling, Des, isn't it?
It's instinct. You need to look your opponent in their avatar eyes. Make a call.
Completely.
I'm gonna have to fold this, Leigh. I'm gonna have to fold this. It's not. I'm gonna. I call. That's normally a good summary of my game. There. That was my HUD.
Talked me into it. Yeah, you talked me into it.
Do you remember Matt Dale in the what was it, the
Ace King call where we
it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Go on, Matt. Go on. No. Oh, okay then.
No. What you doing?
Oh, he's up against aces.
So I'm trying to work out whether we know anybody from you. So I See Madness was playing the Winter Leaderboard. I think we may have got told who that was, and my memory is
same with Curious George. We know Curious George. I'm sure we do.
But then the others, I don't recognise the name. Although Copium was playing the Winter Leaderboard. But again, it's if anybody wants to say if they're any of these players, and let us know. Then we'll be handy to know. We'll find out eventually, obviously, anyway. But
one thing I will say is I don't recognise any of them.
What, the avatars? No.
I don't recognise any of them. They must, I don't recognise those. They're avatars, are they? I thought they were pictures.
I think Tasty Treats played in London.
Well,
I'm pretty sure.
We've got some insight coming in now from the chat box. Christopher Dobson, bet game. Right, so Chris is bet game. Give him his medal. Send him his medal, Lee. We might have to send him two, so hang on. Don't send it yet. And Pete Daniel says, I am the big fish in 1999. The Bath Boys.
Yes.
Boys.
Awesome.
Lovely.
Great stuff. Good luck to both of you. And in good play at the moment, pair of you. Top two in the chips.
Icy's in, Lee. And there's a call.
Tasty Treats made the call with the aces. Aces are at risk.
Timing.
Well, you can't get a better flop than that, really. Tasty Treats is going to get a double up through Ice and Madness.
That indeed has worked out.
Yeah, so that puts Icy and Madness down to 7 bigs, around the same sort of level as Curious George now. As for the others, though, it's not a huge amount between them. We say it's got quite shallow as we're getting into the sharp end money wise.
You know, I just checked a couple of these names on the forum, Lee. You never know; you might find some of them have played some years ago. No additional insight there, but I was reminded
did you have to dust off your login to the forum?
I was reminded that somebody put a post up.
Tasty Treats is again with the kings, and it's Ice Madness with the 10s, and 10s at risk they lose. So we lose Ice and Madness in 6th place, picking up 90 something odd it's going to be 98.
Tasty's
so
on
the remaining
fire.
remaining five have got locked up £124 now. Curious George is all in. 5 bigs, going to get that through though. The trouble is, 5 bigs it does damage against most of the other stacks, because they say the 3 chip leaders now have all got about 20 bigs each. So Curious George, spot on play here. Just go, well, I'll just start shoving in. You know, it's really tough for you to be calling off a quarter or a third of your stack here. So let's just get myself back to a level where I can actually maybe get back in the game. Very quickly moves from 5 bigs to 8.5.
So Lee, just on the forum there, I was reminded that somebody posted in the Facebook group a few weeks ago, as I see a flop here, a few weeks ago that, there's something like, not too many people post on the forum these days. Thinking, what? It's been about 8 years since anybody was posting anything on the forum.
It got spammed a few weeks ago, which I think was why somebody made the comment. It might have been Wayne, actually.
Was it Wayne?
So
could have been Wayne.
Yes, I went in and tidied up the pesky spammers. I dealt with them.
Bugs.
Don't you worry.
Bugs.
It's all sorted. Don't worry about it. Not a problem. Do you remember that? I mean, them were the days, though. You could go to sleep. You go to sleep thinking you'd calmed everything down in the forum and wake up in the morning to World War III. I mean, seriously, Trump hasn't got a clue about World War III.
Mostly involved people from Bristol, though, Lee. It had to be said. Yeah.
Could you imagine if Trump and Vance were mods on the APAT forum back in the day?
Honest, they might have been back in the day, Lee. They might have been.
Just, honestly,
I thought we had a reasonably
the way they'd have dealt with it. Honestly, you wouldn't.
I think we had a reasonably peaceful forum.